y'all doing this morning? Let me fix this camera. I see we got some people in the building early. Oh, I'm getting so good at this. I did that where it was like almost like a remote. How everybody doing this morning, huh? Trump, is there something being hidden from the U.S. in these Epstein files? I don't know. What do y'all think? Got a little action going on outside. Hold on for a second. Let's see what's going on with this guy right here. Hope everybody's good in the building. Liberty. See you, Jeffrey. See you, Mark. What's going on, Batty? We're going to get to this first, but y'all know what we got to do. We got to wait for this guy. So without any, I got a little more time. I know, I already know his vibe, so I'm letting him take his time. Y'all ready? Let's try this side this morning. Me, 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 me. All right, you ready? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Bling, bling, bling. We ready for you like bling, bling, bling. Anytime you want to come through, bling, bling, bling. Bling, bling, bling. We are waiting for what? 6 o'clock. One more time. And oh yes, we gotta open up those pores. We have to open up those pores. And like a jerk, jerk, chicken, chicken, chicken head, chicken, chicken, chicken head, chicken, chicken, chicken head, chicken head. Chicken, chicken, bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair in the bag. Y'all know why I'm opening this morning, right? Because if pump that beat. It's Wednesday the 16th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Salute to everybody in the house this morning. That's right, y'all. Wednesday the 16th, July 2025. Guess what that means? We made it another day. And that's all that matters. And the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you guys. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic morning. That's right, it's 6 o'clock. Time to get up, time to get cracking, and time to get at it. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. We have a fully loaded clip up in here. But before all that, let's see who we got up in the building. We got Mark Dorfman up in here, his number 2. We got Mark Dorfman, who was basically number 1. And then we got Jeffrey Spiker that says, good morning, liberty and justice, up in the building right now. Who else we got up in here? We got Batty Lynn tapping in from Detroit, Michigan. We got Rebecca Lanyen Bueno tapping in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Well, who else we got? We got Arika Frazier. Good morning. We got Mark. I see you again. Mark is up in here. Heavy today. Batty Lynn is up in here. We got Rebecca up in here. I see y'all ready to go. So guess what? Without any further ado, let's get into these titles. Y'all know how we do it. I'm going to go into the title. We're going to see what's going on. And then what I'm going to do, I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos, and then I'll come to the comments. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. What do we have here on the header? Oh, my God. This looks like some fantastic artwork. Wonder who did this. And by the way, all of my philosophers, my educational people, all of you guys that are great with punctuation, sometimes we make a little bit of mistakes. So I might have missed a couple of periods, but I need y'all to hold me down for that. Let's keep on going. What do we have in this title here this Wednesday morning? What do we have? We have Trump. Is there something being hidden from the U.S.? That's where the periods belong. In the Epstein files. What do you guys think? Is there something being hidden? That's what it says. Trump, is there something being hidden from the U.S. in the Epstein files? What do you guys think? Is all of the information like the DOJ is saying, there's nothing to be talked about? Or is there actually information? What I heard yesterday and after I did my research, they say there's not an actual list of names, but what there is a file that contains a list of names, and that those names probably have airline flight logs and things of that nature. But guess what? I'm not going to tell it. We're going to let the clips tell it. And let's keep on moving to our second title here in the thumbnail, which is the Secret Service responds to Iran mini drone threat on the president. I guess they figured out that that's not something smart that they wanted to do. And guess what? Secret Service, they want to talk to you guys and let you know what you get when you threaten the president when it comes down to his life. Let's keep on moving forward. Last but not least, we have some mechanics that are in, these guys are really, really going for it right here. These mechanics were charged with transporting more than 1 ton of meth from Atlanta repair shop. I'm talking about they were going for the gusto. Don't know how long they were at it, but guess what? We got the clips. You guys are going to see it. And without any further ado, let's get to work. Let me go ahead and get you guys this because I don't want to play around. It's time for me to unload this clip and start doing what I got to do. Do me a favor. We ask 2 things. What time is it where you are? And also what state or what city or what country? I love to know what time it is. Also, we love to go and track information from the city or state or country that you're from. This way the dialogue is so relative. We're going to keep on moving forward. Let's get into some politics right now where we got these reporters. And what do we call it, guys? Gaggle. They're talking gaggle out here where they asked President Trump point blank, do you think that your tariffs might have led inflation to increase? What do you guys think? Do you think tariffs that the president and the administration have implemented on our country has something to do with why the inflation has increased?
Do you believe your tariffs might have led for inflation to increase last month? Do you think they had any role?
Well, we had very little inflation. I don't know. Who do you work for?
USA Today.
What?
USA Today.
Oh, well, they wrote me a beautiful article the other day, so I can't get angry at you. USA Today just wrote a very good article about me. What's that all about? So I can't get angry at you.
On Texas, sir.
No, there was very little inflation, as you know. The numbers were very good, very much inside the margin. So we've had no inflation. All we have is we're making a fortune. We are taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. You saw we had a surplus of $25 billion last month, which we haven't had in many, many years.
Mr. President, sir, on Texas.
Mr. President. We are doing it because I'm able to do it. Nobody else would be able to do it. We have tariffs going on because we want tariffs and we want the money coming into the United States. But more important than the money, there's 2 aspects to tariff. There's the money, which comes in. The other aspect is that rather than paying the tariffs, the country or the company will build in the United States, make their product in the United States, and that creates jobs. And I would say of the 2, probably the more important to me is that. Yeah.
Sir, on Texas. How many?
Now let's go on over. We got questions about Russia right now because they're talking about what his response would be when it comes down to Russia. So let's go on over to this breaking news where Trump again takes multiple questions on Russia with 100% tariff warning. Also deflects questions about what he's willing to do when it comes down to, are you willing to fight? And you don't want to answer questions like that on the news anymore. Trust me, because next thing you know, whatever you say, it'll get blown up, and by the time it comes back, it'll probably be a situation where that's actually happening. So you got to really watch your words depending on who you are. Your power is very important. We pull this up to this one specific point, case in point from what I'm talking about, perfect example right here.
If Putin escalates further, how far are you willing to go in response?
In what?
How far are you willing to go if Putin were to escalate, send more bombs in the coming days?
Don't ask me a question like that. How far? I want to get the war settled. They're not Americans that are dying in it, and I have a problem, and JD has a problem. It's a stance that he's had for a long time. They're not Americans dying, but there are a lot of people dying, and on something that should be able to be settled. And we all agree with that. This group of people, that, we want to defend our country, but ultimately, having a strong Europe is a very good thing. It's a very good thing. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, please, in the back.
All right, come on now. We got to go on and talk to see what's going on with Iran right now with this threat that they're talking about. What's going on with this threat? Because they basically already sent the threat out. So now the Secret Service is responding to the ASS. Y'all know the rest. threat that they placed on the president with their mini drone, talking about while he's chilling in Mar-a-Lago, there could be a little mini drone to get him right in the belly button. Think people are going to take that lightly? Come on, let's go.
Major deal to sell advanced weapons to President Trump announcing a major deal to sell advanced weapons to NATO allies so they can pass them to Ukraine in the fight against Russia. The commander-in-chief is also warning Moscow there will be economic consequences if they don't make a deal, and voiced his displeasure with the Kremlin.
50 days.
I'm disappointed in President Putin because I thought we would have had a deal 2 months ago, but it doesn't seem to get there. So based on that, we're going to be doing secondary tariffs if we don't have a deal in 50 days. It's very simple. And they'll be at 100%. And that's the way it is. It can be more simple. It's just the way it is. I hope we don't have to do it.
Harley Littman is a Bush-appointed U.S. Commission member for the Preservation of America's Heritage Abroad and a foreign affairs analyst, and he joins me now. Harley, thanks for being here. So we are talking about a two-pronged approach here, increased weapons to Ukraine and the threat of sanctions. So what does this mean for the United States, and also what does this mean for the course of the war?
Well, this gives Ukraine a chance to not only survive, but be in a position where Putin says, I can't win, so he's forced to the peace table, which is what Trump is trying to do. What's really significant here is to get the Patriot and other anti-missile weapons to Ukraine as fast as possible, because there's an extreme urgency. Putin is going to launch an offensive and is designed to overwhelm Ukraine's defenses, which they'll probably do unless these missiles get there ASAP.
Yeah.
So it has to be given to them right off the assembly line. Ukraine has to be first on the list because other countries have bought these Patriot anti-missile weapons. And the secondary tariffs are extremely important because there isn't a lot of trade with Russia, so 100% tariffs will not be enough. But there are a lot of countries that depend on Russian oil, and with secondary tariffs, that's going to be really painful to the Russian economy, and that should get Putin to the peace table.
Yeah, because then those countries are going to be saying, I'm facing a bunch of economic consequences because you're not ending the war. So maybe China and other countries, India, who do buy Russian oil, can go to Putin and say, you got to stop this.
This is extraordinary. I'm stunned that they would do that. I just...
How serious should we be taking this threat?
Very seriously. You know, this is extraordinary. I'm stunned that they would do that. I just scratch my head and wonder how self-destructive Iran is acting. They're doing everything to provoke the United States, but we have to listen to what they say. It's arrogance to think we know better what our adversary means in their own words. If they say they'll do it, believe them. They say what they'll do.
So the Secret Service also responded saying, we operate in a heightened and very dynamic threat environment, and the safety and security of the president and all of our protectees remain our highest priority. So they say that they're on it, but this certainly has them on notice.
Absolutely, has to be.
Yeah. All right.
All right, y'all, we got to keep on moving. I got two more for you because all that other Trump stuff was just me stacking the deck, letting you guys see what the dialogue was. Didn't want to go to one thing and just sit there and watch it all like blah, blah, blah. So we mixed it up a little bit, right? Y'all appreciate the content. Let's go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up. What that does is get more people over here and keep them well informed, just like we are getting. Okay, I got one more, then I'm coming to the comments. Now we got this disconnect. Does Trump realize this is not from me? It's the title of the next clip. Does Trump realize how bad the Epstein fallout is? Like I said, it's a title, not nothing I made up. I just kept the same title from what they put there and let it keep on rolling. This is an MSNBC clip.
It is day 176 of the second Trump administration, and it appears Donald Trump's patience with Vladimir Putin may have finally run out. We never thought we'd see the day. Well, it may be here. Today, the president announced that he would help NATO get more weapons to Ukraine. He also said that if Russia does not agree to a peace deal within the next 50 days, the country will face severe new tariffs from us. He talked about his relationship and conversations with Putin earlier today. Watch this.
I saw this a little bit. I'm going to let it go.
I speak to him a lot about getting this thing done. And I always hang up and say, well, that was a nice phone call. And then missiles are launched into Kiev or some other city. And I said, it's strange. And after that happens 3 or 4 times, you say, the talk doesn't mean anything. He's fooled a lot of people. He fooled Bush. He fooled a lot of people. He fooled Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden. He didn't fool me.
But here is the question, and we'll be asking it over and over. How will Trump's base respond to this move? We know MAGA largely opposes helping Ukraine in the effort against Russia. They do not want our hard-earned tax dollars being spent.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Overseas. And of course, MAGA is already openly rebelling against the president over his handling of the so-called Epstein files. The funny thing is, right now, the president probably expected to be taking a big old victory lap with his supporters thanks to passing his mega bill. Instead, he is facing enormous backlash from his supporters because of Jeffrey Epstein. Today, the White House put out a statement to support the law enforcement officials facing this backlash, specifically Attorney General Pam Bondi, FBI Director Kash Patel, and Deputy Director Dan Bongino. But judging by the reaction to a Truth Social post over the weekend, that might not do much to help. The president himself wrote a long post backing Pam Bondi, and it became his first Truth Social post ever to get ratioed. If you don't know what that means, it basically means that post got more replies than it did likes and reposts.
So speaking of Pam Bondi and President Trump, Trump was asked point blank yesterday, have you asked Pam Bondi if your name is on the Epstein list?
Mr. President, you're done. Mr. President, your daughter. Mr. President, you're done. Mr. President, your daughter-in-law said that there should be transparency in the Epstein case. Do you agree with her, sir?
The Attorney General's handled that very well. She's really done a very good job, and I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also, but I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important, and you want credible evidence for something like that, and I think the Attorney General's handled it very well.
How many the Attorney General briefed you on the DOJ and FBI review, the findings of that review. The Attorney General briefed you on
what? On the
DOJ and FBI
on what?
review.
On what subject?
Epstein.
Okay.
On Epstein. On the review of the files. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
A very quick briefing.
Did she tell you? What did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
No. She's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it. But she's handled it very well, and it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Yeah.
So what do y'all think about his answer? What do you guys think? Do you think that's enough? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with the results that the DOJ has put out? I'm in the comments. I want to know what you guys got to say. Let's go. I'm going to start from the bottom. Let's go. We got Gertz. He says, release the files. Scott says, Canadian lying through his teeth. The oh so great says, I said West Coast. Holy moly. Donut face Mike Epps. Okay, you about to get up out of here. Carmen Armstrong said hi. Light Love said hi. Kelly said hi. What else we got up in here? It's BS. KF's, what's that? Craft Core says taco. We got Guitar Gallery. I'm not satisfied with that answer. What else you got? This guy, everything is blame it on Obama. Scott says he's afraid. We got Erika Frazier that says, I'm not his word, but fair is fair. Hit that like button. Yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button because y'all, wait a minute, let's get some more. That's why he won't release it. And what else? He says, we want the offenders. Somebody else says coward. Ooh. Somebody says, I don't give a F, move on. Okay, Daniel Castro says they're releasing it through special counsel. Okay, we're gonna see if they do it. Somebody said Epstein is alive. Oh my God, no they didn't. Let's keep on moving forward, guys, because would you believe the names that was actually on this list? I'm talking about dictators and people, and a lot of different people were on the list in these Epstein files. We're gonna give a little bit of credit right now to my boy Harvey over at TMZ. Did a little exclusive yesterday. I think that you guys would be interested in hearing.
Information on the Epstein file. We talked about this last week. There is no list. Pam Bondi, when she talked about it back in February, there is no list. Whatever she said, there is no list. But there is a file. And in that file, we are told, and this is from people who are privy to the information in that file, one person in particular. And what we are told is that there are numerous names in that file of famous people and celebrities, and that he just reveled in having all of these people in his universe. And the file makes that clear because remember, the government did a lot of investigating and talked to a lot of people, and Epstein wrote things down too. But the file includes one person who is privy said to me, it's half the people in the world that are famous. Now, I think that might be hyperbolic, but one of the people, he mentioned several, and I'm not going to mention their names, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But one that I will mention that he said is Fidel Castro is in that file. The Fidel Castro, the dictator in Cuba, who is dead, but he was in that file. So
you guys can see the type of people that was actually in that file is what he's basically trying to say, the caliber and who's again, it's not a list, but it's a list that's in that file, whether it's the airplane transcripts or whatever like that, the manifest, they got to keep those names on a list. They have to. Now we got to keep on moving forward because we have somebody that said that they were actually in the same cell that the inmate Jeffrey Epstein was in, and they're saying that he could not have offed himself because it's basically not possible. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's keep on going. We got to keep on rolling. Hope you guys appreciate the content that we're giving you right now. Double tap that screen if you do. Let's keep on going.
By someone, and this is interesting, with intimate knowledge of the very jail cell Epstein died in. Michael Francis, he was a capo for the Colombo crime family in the 1980s. He served time in the exact cell where Epstein was later held. Michael, welcome back to the program. Tell us about that cell and what do you make of these revelations that there is a minute missing from the surveillance video, Michael?
Actually, 3 minutes, we found out.
Well, listen, I spent 7 months on that tier and in those cells. And the first thing I have to say, there's no way you are able to commit suicide. There's just no way. There's no way to hang yourself. There's nothing from the ceiling. There's nothing from the bed. You'd have to be a midget and work really hard to try to hang yourself. And I don't think you can accomplish it at that point. As far as the cameras being off, I haven't experienced that. I did 8 years in prison. And I haven't experienced cameras being broken in the perfect storm of correctional officers not walking those cells. They walk in and they look in on you all the time. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's embarrassing to go to the toilet because they're walking past you and looking in the cell constantly. So I've said this from day one. I do not believe it was suicide. I can't talk about what happened to him, but I don't believe it was a suicide because you just couldn't physically do it. It would be almost impossible to do it. So that's number one.
It must be interesting, Michael. When you look at the video, though, it must be interesting because you know the area. I mean, we all look at this and it just looks like a prison, but this must look very familiar to you.
Absolutely, very familiar. And the fact that a minute is missing. Look, everything around this guy, I just did a very deep dive into him, which I'll be releasing on my platform in the next several days. Look, there's no way that this person operated alone. Look, they have the videos. Alan Dershowitz recently said that he saw the client list, but because there's people that he can't, because he's an attorney, he can't, reveal what he saw. But he said he saw the client list.
All right, y'all, that's enough. We done got enough. I think y'all Epsteined out. But then again, every time I come to these comments, y'all, I don't care if I'm talking about tariffs, I'm talking about the sun, I'm talking about basketball. I see Epstein, question marks. Trying to give you guys y'all feel as much as I can. Let's keep on moving. We're going to keep on moving. Don't stop. What y'all got for me in these comments before we get to the next one? Okay, what else we got over here? Let's go to Israel is the mastermind behind this. We've got Taser says, yep, 15 minutes apart. You checked on. I've been in the strips. Where is Diddy? Falling over the property deal and Epstein's behavior at Mar-a-Lago. Nothing to see here. Epstein never had a Mar-a-Lago. That Mandela effect. Okay, let's keep on going. Now we got to go over to Washington. Let's get a little reporters that asking Hakeem Jeffries, the point blank, do you think that Zoran Mamdani of New York, the Democrat elect, are you going to basically think that he's a liability? Because everybody really wants to know what the sentiment is of the possible next mayor of New York. People are saying that he's radical. He's certain other words that I might get the circle for, so I'm not going to say. But everyone is asking, and this reporter asked the same question to Hakeem Jeffries about what does he feel, his take on the possible new mayor of New York.
Thank you, Leader. No doubt New York is going to play a big role in who controls the House next year. We've had Republicans tell us that the nominee for New York City mayor is a gift for Republicans in New York State. Do you think he's a political liability?
Donald Trump is a gift to Democratic prospects in Virginia, New Jersey, and in the midterm elections next year.
Second off of that, thank you. Two questions. One, will you be meeting with Mr. Mamdani? He's going to be here in D.C. this week. So one is, will you be meeting with him when he's here, or when will you be meeting with him? And two, do you agree with Cuomo's essentially thought or request that candidates who are not leading drop out by September?
I'm scheduled to meet with the Democratic nominee at the end of the week back home in Brooklyn. Haven't had a conversation with Eric Adams or Andrew Cuomo since the primary and have no current plans to do so at this moment.
Jesus Christ. You give a terrible interview, homie. Oh man, like come on, bro. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like he had these prepared answers, and of course he's gonna blame answer a question with it, or whatever the hell he did, try to throw it on Trump or whatever like that. Say shift his answer basically to what we were not really trying to hear. We want to know what your take is on the mayor. Are you gonna go hang out with him, and what do you think about this? And then all of a sudden, well, this is like that. Whatever, man. Whatever, Stern boy. Now we got to just go on over here. Let's go see what Mayor Adams is talking about, because, of course, people want to know what Cuomo is trying to get at that last point where he basically said that certain candidates should drop out. So now we want to know what Mayor Adams, who's actually the new sitting mayor, has to actually say about the opportunity that Cuomo said where certain non-leading candidates should drop out, because that's when the basic conflicts come in, and then somebody else can just come in and swoop up. So they're trying to, I guess he's just trying to lay the groundwork, whatever.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes.
You know, there's a proposal out there, and I know you're familiar with it, that whoever it is who's polling the highest ahead of the election in November, maybe September, early October, should be the one who goes on to face Mamdani in the general election. Governor Cuomo now endorses the proposal. He told me a week ago that was a non-starter for you. You've had a few days to think about it. Has your opinion changed?
Okay, first, you have to really know Cuomo. I keep telling everyone, I have a master's in public administration, but a PhD in Andrew. This proposal that was put out, it was Andrew's proposal. He uses people to put things out that he really would like to come later and say, okay, I endorse what an independent person is doing. He did this in Albany. He would create these panels and consulting groups and have them put proposals that he always wanted them to put out. This is a typical Andrew show. I know this guy better than anyone. I've studied him for years. And so to think that some independent group came up with this idea, no, it was his idea. He first planted these ideas into the universe and everyone says it. Then he comes and act like, oh, that's a good idea, and I endorses it.
Okay, so now let's get to the bottom line real quick on this topic. Let's go to the bottom line right quick. This is the problem. I want to know if you guys agree with me. We got Mayor Adams, who's the current sitting mayor of New York, who people really don't like because he just had a case that was just thrown out and people think that he should have had his due process in court. Number two, they don't like him because of his ties with the Trump administration and the way that he's going to open up Rikers Island and let them do what they want to do when it comes down to deporting illegals and immigrants and with Homeland Security and things of that nature. So now we got two real bad things on him already. People don't like Cuomo because of the last thing that he did when it came down to COVID and all of that. I'm not even going to say all of that, but with the old folks and senior citizens' homes. Also, books and naming the bridge after your dad and things like that and stuff that we also didn't really think was too cool, even though you did help us get through COVID. Then we come on over to this side and we got the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, Mr. Mamdani. If we get him in here, I'm taking all of this stuff in here and I'm going in the woods and we're going to be doing this like once was a man by the name of Jed. Bugatti gonna be in the woods trying to keep my family fed because out here is gonna be crazy. Long story short. So now we got the Mamdani guy coming in, and now we got people like, hey, let's just do it for nothing. Let's just go ahead and give this guy the vote. Or it's something new. Or just comment what's going on right now. Ignorance. So now we got Mamdani, we got Mayor Adams, we got Cuomo. Wait a minute, you can't forget about can't forget about the guy that acts like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Can't forget about Mr. Sliwa, Curtis Sliwa, even though he protected us when it came down to Guardian Angels and all of that. Could you really see Mr. Sliwa as the mayor of New York? I don't know, and I don't know what you guys think. Who else do we have as candidates and possibilities? I can't see anybody else. See the endorsements going behind this guy. So what I'm calling this is the Costanza effect. I've been calling this the Costanza effect ever since this guy took over. Because what do we want? Oh, we want this person, or we want that person. But what happens when Costanza comes on the scene? He says, you know what happens? Whatever you bet on, if I like that, you might as well bet on the other thing. So guess what I'm predicting right here? Because I want to be wrong. The Costanza effect. I think that New York is going to get this Mamdani guy, and we're going to be in a whole heap of trouble. Supermarkets you can just go into or whatever. Instead of sending the police when something happened, they're going to send representatives. So imagine that representative running on the scene. Hey, what's going on over here? Boop, bap, boom, boom, boom. Oh my God, we need the police. So that's basically what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy chaos happening around here. Representatives, administrators, counselors, y'all gonna be sending counselors out to combat drug dealers and homicides, and I want to see that happen. But you know what? I'm gonna see it from afar because I'm gonna be in the woods doing our bottom line. Y'all gonna be like, yo, Bugatti changed up his whole thing. He got on camouflage. He got on them Yes, I'm gonna be in the woods doing this. I ain't messing around doing it. I'm not. What y'all got over here? Shake some. What else y'all got? New York it's black and Muslim again. Yo, it's about to be crazy. I'm out. Yes, Sliwa is tough on crime and cares about local issues. Yes, but you're good for one thing, but what about the rest of the stuff? What about the business aspects? What about keeping the city running? What about the actual administration part of it? That's the problem. Yeah, he could be good at crime and things like that, but what about the other areas that he's not good at? That's what I'm talking about. It seems like we just got a group of people that we don't need. So now we really picking from the worst to the worst. And that's what we wound up having to do. That's what's going on a lot in these cities and in our country. You guys probably don't agree with me, which is fine, which is why we created this platform. You can agree or disagree, but I really feel that way because I live here. We're gonna go over to Washington right now because we got 5 more detention centers like Alligator Alcatraz that are coming soon. That's what Kristi Noem says, and she wants to double the bedding capacity of what we have going on right now. All right, boy, we can get you up out of here. I forgot the name that we gave you. I think it was Two-Face when we was doing the series, when it was the Gotham series that we had going up. All of the mayors had different characters that they resemble.
A fantastic partnership here in Florida, and I've been so grateful for the governor and his leadership in this facility. 1,000-bed facility can continue to be expanded. We're looking at other locations as well. We've had several other states that are actually using Alligator Alcatraz as a model for how they can partner with us as well.
Get ready for more detention centers. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says 5 more large-scale immigrant detention facilities are in the works.
5 more detention centers similar to Alligator Alcatraz are about to be created in various states. Want to know what you guys think about it? You see, I've been reading your comments. I want to know.
NOM is in talks with 5 Republican governors about building them. This news comes after Florida opened its Alligator Alcatraz. That's a detention facility right in the Everglades. Apparently, other states are using Alligator Alcatraz as a model. NOM didn't name names, but she says announcements are coming soon.
Goodbye,
Why the
Everest.
expansion? NOM says the U.S. needs to double its
Goodbye,
detention bed
Everest.
capacity. The goal? To speed up deportations. Alligator Alcatraz can hold up to 3,000 people, and yes, it's surrounded by alligators. Trump even joked about it. He said the only escape route is deportation. NOM is also urging Democratic governors to join the effort. She wants bipartisan cooperation on immigration.
Nope, don't need that music. I do not feel like doing any editing after the show. So we're going to go ahead and get you up out of here because, boy, do we got so much more in the clip. It's your boy, Boogotti NYC. This is our bottom line. We do this every single day from 6 o'clock until we are the #1 show in this slot. You don't believe me? Go ahead and scroll away. You'll be back. And we're not tooting our own horn. We just do a lot of work and really bust a sweat doing this, for real. Why? Because we love doing it and because it's part of our day. We do this for what, 250 something episodes already? And we just love doing it. Don't get that much monetary from it because we know it's hot out here for a pimp. So we don't ask for too much money because we got some coffee in the kitchen. I think I bought some tea yesterday because I know it's real. But what we really do like to do is get those likes up because that lets more people come over and gets more awareness to the show. Really trying to get to 40,000 subscribers, and we be having a lot of people up in here. So let's get to the 40, then we can get to the 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and really turn it up to really get this information out. Really appreciate you guys, and thank you for watching the show. We got to keep on moving because I want to get you guys some work, want to get you guys some good heat. Let's go over to these state police officers who have something, oh my God. Ooh, yeah, I got a good one for y'all on this. Whoever stayed, I'm glad that y'all did because y'all really stayed for a good clip. This is a situation right here where we got a state police officer who has someone knock on his door, had the nerve to have a camera and a news crew confronting him and starts to go off on this man. And guess what, y'all? He got arrested. They're saying that he should not have been trespassing on this the state trooper's property and had a camera crew. And they call it a harassment. And I also want to thank Liberty and Justice, as always, for the $9.99 super chat, even though YouTube going to take like $3. Y'all really want to do it? Send it over to Boogotti Cash at Cash App, or Boogotti Cash or Boogotti NYC at Cash App. That's when it goes direct. If you guys don't want them to take part of it. I didn't even know that. Last week, I'm like, oh, we getting some money. Next thing you know, they was like, oh, no, you don't. Oh, you can. And they took their clip. They definitely will when it comes down to super chat. But if you guys really want to do it, I don't mind. And guess what? Everything is appreciated. Now we got to keep on moving forward. I want to get you guys this clip, and thank you, Liberty and Justice. Get yourself on a Dunkin' Ice Good show today. Thank you so much. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm gonna get that Dunkin' Ice because you see your boys over here sweating bullets. I don't know how I'm even able to talk this fast right now, but you know what? Like I said, after 200 and something episodes, it happens like that. Okay, where we at right here? Yeah, this is the one I want you guys to see. It's in Groton. I did a little bit of research on this. They call it Groton, and boy, is this a story. Let's go from the top. Let me make sure the audio is correct, and let's get it.
Arrest after a confrontation with a state police sergeant at his home in Groton. They say wrongfully. The video of it is all going viral online. Luke Hydash covers New London County, and he's your reporter live at Groton Police Headquarters to explain. Luke.
Kara, these people are First Amendment auditors. They identify themselves as independent journalists, and they record their interactions with police and government employees all across the country and post them online. This particular auditor and this state police sergeant have a history. They've interacted before. He's done videos about him before, and this time the auditor went to the trooper's home here in Groton with questions about his overtime. Sean Reyes runs the YouTube channel Long Island Audit. Years ago, he had a run-in with State Police Sergeant Brian Fahey at headquarters. Friday, he drove an electronic billboard to the trooper's house in Groton. He knocks on the door. Fahey tells him to leave. As the auditor and his cameraman are walking back to the street, Fahey returns outside, gun in hand, and appears to spit in Reyes' face. Groton police respond and end up arresting Reyes and his photographer, charging them with breach of peace, voyeurism with malice, and criminal trespass for filming and going on the property. Here's some of that interaction and Reyes' reaction.
Down. Get off my property. Get that gun out of your hand. Get off my property. Get that gun out of your hand. Connecticut State Trooper. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Get off my I don't care who you are. Right now. Spit in my face. Right now. Jail now.
I went there to ask a question. I went there.
You didn't spit in your face, dude. He spit in your mouth. Ew, that was nasty.
Who you Get are. Off my I don't property. Care who you are. Right now. Spit in my face. Property You're right going now. To jail now.
I went there to ask a question. I went there peacefully. I said that in the beginning before I even knocked on the door. That was my intention. I went there. Accountability does not stop at the station house door.
Reyes and others have questions about how the trooper conducted himself during this. State police tell us that they are not commenting on this, but they do say that Sergeant Fahey is still an active member of the department. He is not on leave, and he is not suspended. Your reporter live in Groton.
He's not on leave, not suspended, still getting that grip. So he still got his money. But I guess you guys defend this situation right here. Somebody did come on his property, knocked on his door with a camera crew, had a billboard outside. What do you guys agree with this action here? What y'all got over here? Money says took streaming to the whole next level. Big head ass. Oh yeah, I appreciate that. That was a good try. What else? Said like Israel soon. What else you got over here? William says flag amendment rules. Nope, it's free press. I don't believe he acted out. DJ Mod says, hope he didn't swallow. Ew, was this guy a reporter? Oh, well, that's life. Ooh, that was nasty. Wasn't that nasty? Why you don't pin your Cash App? You said it too fast. My Cash App is Boogotti, BOOGOTTINYC. My name. I'm sorry, Boogotti Cash. BOOGOTTI Cash. One word, Boogotti Cash. Thank you for asking. If you go ahead and put something over there, we appreciate you. Let's keep on moving forward. I don't want to sound like I'm a beggar over here. What else we got? Let's go. Yeah, we got the detention centers. We got that craziness going on right there. Now, we got to go ahead and move on to Atlanta right now because we got to do it big. I want you guys to see this big bust. We're going to skip everything right now. This in Atlanta, let's hold up on everything. Let's stick to getting to the bottom line on this because in Atlanta, we got these mechanics that was charged with trafficking. That's right, I'm going to say that word like that. Trafficking, more than 1 metric ton of methodoflove. Yeah, that Mills meth. That's what they had, and they was arrested in their repair shop. Let's go on over here to Atlanta, you guys. Let's keep the work going. Hope you guys appreciate the content. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. Really want to concentrate on getting those subscribers up and those memberships. Trying to get you guys, I'm trying to get up to 40,000. I work hard for this. Let's go, let's go.
Mechanics in DeKalb County now accused of... Now at 7, mechanics in DeKalb County now accused of trafficking a massive amount of methamphetamine through their car repair shop. Atlanta News First reporter Bridget Spencer is at the federal courthouse downtown. So Bridget, authorities say this could have killed someone.
Wow.
Right, Blair, this is pretty serious. These are federal level charges, and they say they really wanted to get these drugs off the streets immediately before they killed somebody. Investigators say Jared Thompson of Snellville and Daniel Santana Lopez were trying to hide a major methamphetamine trafficking operation inside of the car repair shop in DeKalb County.
This is not the sort of place that one would go to get a gram or two. This is where they had dozens, hundreds, thousands of kilograms of methamphetamine.
In a new federal indictment, authorities say police discovered the drugs inside of the men's cars as they tried to leave the shop one day. They say one of the men, Daniel Santana Lopez, is actually in the U.S. illegally.
In a case like this, where we're dealing with a previously deported illegal alien who is trafficking significant quantities of dangerous drugs in our community, we are going to respond.
Police say they found more than 2,000 pounds of crystal meth. That's more than a ton, which holds a high street value.
My guess is that we're talking double-digit millions of dollars. Drugs tear our community apart. There's no question about that. They ruin families, they ruin lives, they bring violence to our community.
Yeah, and the U.S. Attorney also says there's no question that this is cartel related. He's also not surprised by this because Atlanta is such a huge hub and it has several interstates allowing for this distribution to become pretty easy. We're live in downtown Atlanta. Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
Yo, 1 metric ton. Yo, that's probably one of the biggest busts that I've ever seen. That was crazy right there. All right. Atlanta's not playing, but you know who don't never fall back? We don't never get no layback when it comes down to Florida. Because right now, Florida, I need you guys to beware and be careful. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I want you guys to understand right now, you got to be careful, especially when you're getting in the water, any open waters. Look out for black, dirty water. Why? Because there's this crazy situation going on in Florida where you need to be aware of a deadly flesh-eating bacteria. Got a doctor here that's going to tell you what to look for in the water as well as, you know, how to catch this disease right here.
Tonight, a warning about flesh-eating bacteria. The Florida Department of Health says there's been nearly a dozen cases in Florida so far this year, but doctors warn the risk is rising along with the summer temperatures. Fox 13's Jordan Bowen shows us what we need to watch out for.
Out of all 50 states, Florida every year has the most cases of Vibrio vulnificus, also known as flesh-eating bacteria.
It usually comes from brackish water. The way you usually get it is either scratching a leg or foot in the water, or you can get it by entering the water with an open wound, okay, a break in the skin.
New numbers from the Florida Department of Health show that so far this year, there's been 11 confirmed cases of flesh-eating bacteria in Florida and 4 confirmed deaths. While this year's numbers only include the first 6 months of 2025, in the 12-month period of 2024, there were a total of 82 cases of flesh-eating bacteria and 19 deaths. As USF Professor of Medicine Dr. John Sinnott explains, the hurricanes greatly contributed to the unusually high number of cases and deaths because there was a lot more brackish water and standing water, which sat for days in some areas.
Counties were underwater. So that's a perfect area. Then you've got rescue personnel, people with housing belongings, not thinking, trying to save a pet, trying to save a relative. So they're not paying attention to what's happening to their feet and legs.
As Dr. Sinnott explains, when someone gets flesh-eating bacteria, it starts as a reddish rash or streak, typically up their leg. Within 12 to 36 hours, it can become extremely painful if not treated by doctors.
If you cut yourself in the water, the CDC and everyone recommends a good cleaning with soap and water. And I like to add a triple antibiotic ointment and make sure you look at it again in 12 hours.
Reporting in Tampa, Jordan Bowen, Fox 13 News.
The reason I want you guys to see that is because we have a lot of places that have had a lot of flooding, and you would not even consider something like that to happen. Somebody getting flesh-eating bacteria, right? And then what we wouldn't do is think somebody can lose their lives from it. So as much information that we can put out over here, we love to do it. We just love to do it. Tell people in Texas about that. Anybody in Texas that has friends, especially in that standing water, I need you guys to let them understand that that blackish water, that's what can get you that freaking flesh-eating disease. What else you guys got over here for me? Make Mexico great again, says somebody. Liberty and Justice says even showing your water has a lot of chlorine and other things. Okay, even showering, that's okay. 80 cases, 19 deaths. That's a large number right there, Mark. That's why I wanted to put that up. I mean, Michael, that's why I wanted to put those numbers up, because people wouldn't consider that. They would look at that like, whatever, black flesh eating. I don't want to be one of the 19. How about that? I don't even want to get sick from it. Let's keep on moving forward, because now we got the la cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. La 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 la. Yes, we got a situation in Florida where this restaurant has roach issues and it led to them closing. Ooh, I don't even want to talk about this in a restaurant. Oh my God. Yep, then we got a situation in Florida. They keep us busy in Florida. Yeah, we got the cucarachas over here where this situation led to the closure of 2 South Florida restaurants. Let's get into it. We call this segment, we got this from these guys. They call their segment Dirty Dining.
Crawling inside an in-use microwave is just one of the nasty violations that forced 2 South Florida restaurants to shut down last week.
But what's even more rare, the owners come clean, and they were honest and remorseful. Here's Local 10's Jeff Wines here with tonight's Dirty Dining report.
I don't want no remorse. I want
There's a
clean
massive
food.
fly issue here.
The very first thing that caught our attention is the massive fly issue that exists out back, right next to and right near a wide open kitchen door where they are preparing food, and it's something they were cited for just last week. You have the door open and there's a huge fly issue back there. Somebody forgot. Yeah. The place, Albongo Restaurant, the address 12051 West Dixie Highway, that's in North Miami, and last week, an inspector showed up here based on a consumer complaint. 20 violations
Miami.
found, the place ordered shut. Alex, the manager, is also the owner's son. Based on a complaint, 20 violations, fly issues, roach issues. In fact, when we just walked up, there was a fly issue here and the door was open. They're preparing food on the floor here. Last week, while they were open for business and serving customers food, the inspector noted live roaches by a bag of rice, under a blender, behind a food prep table, next to a sink, in a restroom cabinet. The inspector observed roach poop on a wall and in a cabinet. There was a flying insect issue in the kitchen, and there were cleanliness issues here. What do you think of this inspection?
This inspection now needs to be better. It had to be better. That's unacceptable.
Anything to say to customers today?
We're dedicated to making sure we pass every inspection, have everything clean, and make sure everything is on point.
Let's move up to Davie, where Ciro Deli.
No, Rochi. I'm glad people know about that. Stay away from that place. I don't care if y'all can go ahead and give me a whatever call. We giving them a 0. We ain't even giving them a 1 on the scale of 1 to 10. We giving them a 0, and please do not take your friends or your family to eat at that disgusting place. They don't care about what's going on. They had the back door open. Talk about they probably, oh, it's hot in here, so we need to leave the back door open. Meanwhile, flies is coming all in the back in the prep area. That's totally gross and disgusting. We don't got to go to no place like that. Let everybody know about that place. Do not go there because you might get sick. Going over to LA County now, because this is why I don't have no problem remaining single. This woman throws a wild tantrum after crashing out. LA County, watch this right here. And I ain't trying to hate, but you know, a lot of times nowadays, we got a lot of these ladies out here crashing out. Fellas crashing out too. But see, I need to keep my sanity so I can keep on doing the bottom line every morning. I don't need to have a wild night with situations like this going on. This woman throws a wild tantrum after crashing into LA County vehicles. Now, I don't understand if maybe if that's the person over there that's being arrested, that they got down with the handcuffs behind her back, and maybe that's her friend. But this does not seem common to me in the actions of, let's say, the police. This says sanctuary city to me. This says, oh, don't put your hands on her because whatever the case may be. This is not hands-on real work to me when it comes down to police. And I just got to be honest, it just looks crazy bizarre, the whole setup. So she crashes into another vehicle. She's arrested with cuffs on, this one here. I don't know if that's her friend over there weeping as well. They both must be on something. I don't know, allegedly. So then we're gonna have this other crazy friend run over there and run up to her. She looks like she's definitely on something. All the debris and gas and liquid all on the ground. You can tell by the boots and the setup that it's DEI.
What happened?
Do me a favor, y'all. What is going on? What is going on? Talk to me, please. Help me with this one, y'all. Help me with this. To me, they look like they're young, maybe teenagers, and they're just massively intoxicated and probably on something else. They're shouting, being irate. As you see the LA Fire Department and everybody's on the scene. They got one girl down, the other ones is just acting cuckoo. Yeah, look at that, there you go. So in New York, the same thing happens now. The police don't come to the scene of an accident until the paramedics get there. Why? Because of certain things, like they don't want to be they want to make sure that they have proof of what they're doing. They put everything on video, and they've been liable for every single thing nowadays. When they touch somebody, or if somebody falls down or whatever, they have to basically pay for that themselves. So the police in sanctuary cities like that in LA, they're pretty scared to actually get active like they used to before, which is pretty bad. They don't even really do the job that they used to. I've actually seen this go on myself. Pretty crazy. I don't understand the yelling, the screaming, and all of that. I guess they was just on something. Bro, I love the setup you have. Thank you so much, Bumpy. Appreciate that. We put a lot of work into it. It wasn't really left or right. Learning from learning, and definitely wasn't disrespectful. Cutting comments. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about. We're going to keep on moving. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, now we got to keep on going now, because we got this crazy situation in Delaware River, the Delaware Bridge, where this driver and the truck, the semi, were recovered after the tractor and the trailer cab crashes into the Delaware River, and it went off the bridge, and the driver did not survive this situation here. There is now another truck that's blocking the edge of this bridge so that this doesn't occur again. This is what I'm describing to you guys right here. That's why that truck is there, because the actual tractor trailer already hit that point, and the truck went off, and the person is no longer alive.
Right now at 6, a massive search and recovery mission on the Delaware River has come to an end. We've been following this story for more than 24 hours after a tractor-trailer cab crashed into a concrete wall on the Delaware Memorial Bridge and then plunged into the river below. Thank you for joining us for NBC 10 News at 6. I'm Johnny Archer. First responders were back out on the river today, and they recovered the cab as well as the driver's body. NBC 10 Siobhan McGurl has the details.
On the Delaware Memorial Bridge, traffic cones and a truck now block the spot where a tractor-trailer cab crashed into a wall Friday morning and careened into the river. After an extensive search mission, crews recovered the tractor cab this morning, along with the body of the driver.
We trained for this.
Michael Emmel is the deputy chief of the Holloway Terrace Fire Company, serving here for more than 3 decades. He says he's never seen a vehicle go off the bridge.
This is the first time it's ever happened. So a lot of things go through your head and resources. And this wasn't just the Holloway Terrace Fire Company. This was ended up being a multi-state. Even the Army Corps of Engineers got in to help us.
Those agencies spent hours on the river Friday. They were able to locate the tractor-trailer cab in 20 feet of water, but the tide and water conditions forced them to suspend the recovery efforts for the day. The Delaware State Police Marine Dive Unit was back on scene by morning.
They were able to get 2 divers in. They were able to set up rigging. There was construction at the bridge, so there was already a crew there that had a crane that was able to come over and lift the truck out of the water.
The fire company shared this picture with us. Their rescue boat was called out to assist, helping to extricate the body of the driver from the cab.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the victim and their family and friends.
Many questions still remain. We're still waiting to learn the name of the driver, who owned the truck cab, and what caused this crash in the first place.
Now, as you guys know, we've been following these accidents and these incidents. The last one that we had go on was last week, where there was 6 people that lost their lives and 8 were injured. And we continue to have to do what? Pray for the lives and the losses of the injured and the people that are dealing with this situation in this tragic time. Want to make sure that we give love and prayer and support to the family of this man who lost his life. And we think that we hope that we ask this in Jesus' name. Everybody under the sound of my voice, we say amen. I want to keep on moving forward and show a lot of respect to this man. We don't know if he fell asleep at the wheel or if this was something intentional, which is pretty crazy. You know, we have no idea, and we will find out. I will keep on following up with what's going on with the story. Right now, let's get on over to South Carolina. We got this teen that claims he suffered from SA abuse from a teacher. And she was pretty strong about the way that she went about following him. And they're saying that she, what do they say? She prepped him. She started him up and basically started him thinking that way, you know, planted the seed. So we're going to go on over to South Carolina right now because it doesn't only happen to women, you guys. It actually happens to little boys as well. Let's go over to this former teacher that was accused of CA. Yes, and she faces new charges in court.
Update, a bond hearing was held in Greenville for a former teacher accused of abusing a teenage boy. She had a previous bond hearing last week in Anderson, and Clemson police say charges could be pending in their jurisdiction as well. Our Taylor Farmer has more from Greenville.
Nicole Callahan is facing more than 10 charges in Greenville County. A judge set bond for each charge during her hearing.
I'm going to set a surety bond on each of these in the amount of $10,000 as they did in Anderson for a total of $120,000 surety.
Former Homeland Park primary teacher Nicole Callahan was arrested last week in Anderson County for the sexual abuse of a 14-year-old boy back in 2021. She's now facing similar charges in Greenville County, where the alleged victim attended school. According to the victim's mother, Callahan was a director at Project Challenge Playhouse, where her son first met Callahan while auditioning for a play. The victim's mother says she believed at the time Callahan was serving as a mentor.
On May 22nd, 2025, Greenville Police Department received a report from investigators from the Anderson County Sheriff's Office regarding the sexual assault case, listing Nicole Blue Callahan as the suspect.
People don't think about something like this until a mom finds out. You know what I noticed? A father might be a little different, but when the mother find out about something like this, about her boy, her baby boy, man, listen, they don't play when it comes down to them kids, man.
The detective handling the case says the alleged abuse lasted for 2 years. In Greenville, Callahan faces 8 counts of criminal sexual conduct with a minor and 4 counts of unlawfully placing a child at risk for allegedly providing the victim with alcohol. As she entered the courtroom Monday, Callahan smiled at people in attendance, including her family and fiancé.
Ms. Callahan is 8 to 9 weeks pregnant.
Callahan's attorney asked the court to consider her presumed innocence and requested a surety bond be set. He argues she needs prenatal care and is not a danger to the community. The judge granted bond, but with several conditions. She will be placed under house arrest with GPS monitoring, have no contact with the victim, and must undergo both a mental and psychological evaluation to determine if she's competent to stand trial. The judge also established a red zone, prohibiting her from coming within a mile of the victim's residence in Anderson. Callahan's attorney thanked the judge as she turned and smiled at him before she was escorted out by police.
Ain't nothing wrong with that lady except for she's a freaky Pilsner feels now. She is what they saying that she is, especially smiling like that in court. She don't really think that she did anything wrong, y'all. What do y'all think about this last one right here? What y'all got for me over here? She doesn't even seem remorseful. Exactly. Look at that. You right. You see Rebel? Sky says she's a child predator. That's right. She's a child predator. And her being pregnant isn't a good thing, because what if that's the kid's baby? Right. She was screwed at 12. That's crazy right there. And she's preggo. Oh no. She probably won't have a fiance. Got it bad. Yeah, hot for the teacher. You know how kids are. And once you start grooming them, the word that you guys said, that I had no idea, because I ain't even think about doing nothing stupid like that. She got what she deserved, and she need to be back there for real. What they gave her, y'all? She got locked up, and they ain't letting her out unless she got that $100,200, and she's gonna have to pay 10% of that, which is about $12,000. And her fiance and the family might put that up. Won't that be something embarrassing coming back home to? Plus you pregnant, they don't even know who baby that belonged to. What if that's that boy baby? Ooh, that would be crazy. So somebody in the comments said that man might not stick around. Would you? If that was your fiance, would you stick around? Would you have even come to court to be seen on the news as the fiance? Questions. Okay, boy, what I would have done with my teachers, I might be the 14-year-old boy, says Mert. Would a man get house arrest for the same crime? I have no idea. If she cheats, she bleeds. Uh-oh, let's keep on moving forward. Execution date is set for as a judge signs the warrant for this Ralph Menzies. This fool has the nerve to say that he has dementia. Therefore, he should not be put to bzzz. But you know what I say? It don't make no difference, homeboy. You did what you had to do. You, even though you don't remember what you did, take it with you. Have a seat, put this hat on. Bzzz. How Robin Harris used to say it. What? They say the reason why they don't have the death penalty is because they don't have nobody to pull the switch. He said, shit, give me the job. Bzzz. Gotta go, gotta go. He said, 2 at a time. Move on them, move over. It's two at a time. That was one of my favorite comedians, y'all. Like I always bring him up, but I always tell you guys how to remember who he was. He's the one that invented Bebe's Kids. We don't die, we multiply.
The man convicted of killing Maureen Hunsaker will be executed.
The court at this point finds no legal reason not to issue a warrant of execution and to begin the process of moving towards that execution date.
I'm Ben Winslow in West Jordan. A judge has signed the death warrant to have Ralph Leroy Menzies executed, but his lawyers are raising some new claims about his health.
I'm going to sign this order now.
The judge set an execution date of September 5th. Menzies was convicted in 1988 of kidnapping Maureen Hunsaker from her job at a convenience store. He then tied her to a tree in Big Cottonwood Canyon and slit her throat. Her son has waited 39 years for this day.
Overwhelmed, very happy.
But Menzies' lawyers argue he has dementia, and to execute him now would violate the Constitution. They argue his condition has gotten worse.
Mr. Menzies is a 67-year-old man that is suffering from escalating dementia.
Whatever.
You know, he's tethered to
I don't care about
a
that.
wheelchair and an oxygen tank, and he's not competent. And, you know, this has gotten worse over the past year.
Judge Matthew Bates found Menzies competent enough to be executed, but he reserved the right to consider a new application that Menzies' situation has worsened.
Increased confusion, difficulty understanding his surroundings. He has difficulty feeding himself.
The Utah Attorney General's office argues Menzies...
I want to know what y'all got to say about this one here. DJ Mod says, feet first, Sparky miss. There we go. Leroy Jenkins is exactly, he's already lived long enough. Exactly, Egron. Vlad, he is on his way to meet the Dills Neville. That's right, oh my God. Cut Pawn says, oh my God. Okay, yeah, I think he need to get the zzz. Was trying to chat in the Fox Live channel, seems in block from Gray Reason's Good Morning. Okay. Our courts are fed up. That's BS. Yeah, what it say? That's BS. Unalive him. Exactly. What else we got from this other person that's gloved up? The user max says for criminals, by criminals. When y'all gloved up, I got to listen to what y'all saying. Let's go.
...is competent and can be put to death.
Judge made the correct ruling. Given the arguments, statutes presented today, we have full confidence.
Nobody care about that.
Menzies has previously elected to die by firing squad. Good. Hunsaker says he wants closure for his family.
I'm preparing myself to go see somebody's life being taken from them. This is going to be a humane sort of a way. His life will be over in mere seconds. My mom, we don't know how long she stood there and suffered in that grove, how long she was, bled to death, and how much she felt and knew.
There are still other options to be considered. A clemency hearing before the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole. Menzies has also got another appeal to the Utah Supreme Court.
No, I think he needs to lose both of those and bzzz, or bop, 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 bop. Y'all, this is what he needs. I'm about to show y'all this next clip right here. This innocent lady, well, I don't know how innocent she was. Because it seemed like to me there could be something extra going on with this case right here. Because she's saying that she's a mother that says she was targeted twice by some suspects, right? One time the guy shot it, pow at the house with an AR. Second time they saying it was like a hand whatever, right? Second time she was at her brother's house. So they basically following this person, and everywhere she go, whatever house she's at, that's what's going on. Let's go on over to Houston, where we got this mother that says she was targeted twice by suspects, right? And the area of the shooting happened in 2 months. This happened in a span of 2 months. First it happened at her house, then she went to go live with her brother, and it happened at his house. If she was to ask me if she can come stay with me, you can't come over here. Sorry. That's not rain. That is
a
not
house
rain.
in Mission Bend shot up in the middle of the night. It's one of 11 shootings investigators say involved the same men. ABC 13's Luke Jones spoke to a woman who says she was targeted twice. He joins us live from the Harris County Jail with the story you'll only see on 13, Luke.
Yeah, really strange here, Eric. 11 shootings total in a 2-month period. Only 2 of them target this woman, and she says she has no idea why, since these suspects, she's never laid eyes on them before. Bullets tearing into this home on Parliament Street in the early hours of June 28, while the homeowner, her elderly parents, and her 9-year-old daughter are sleeping inside.
I started to cover my daughter with my body.
Surveillance video shows a man clad in black calmly walking up to the house just before 4 a.m., then opening fire. 28 bullets, she says, all aimed at her house, but miraculously missing everyone inside.
And I don't know why they're doing this.
Fearing for their safety, she and her family moved into her brother's house on Lorana Drive. But then July 6th, the same thing happens at her brother's house. A guy running down the sidewalk firing a gun, which investigators say is an AR-15. Seconds later, a car drives off, blaring its horn. Detectives haven't said if it's driven by the suspects.
I wasn't expecting this to happen to us, and twice.
The Harris County Sheriff's Office soon identified 19-year-old Juan Galvez and 18-year-old Josue Humana Guzman as suspects. And they say a spent cartridge links them to 11 shootings since April 29th, all at different locations. Both men arrested Thursday and taken to jail.
And I hope and pray that they stay there forever, honestly, because we didn't deserve this.
The victim says she's pretty sure it's the same guy she saw outside her house after the first shooting.
Am I crazy to think that she did something to the Artel and they trying to chase her and track her down because they want some money that she might owe or something like that? Is that possible that she owes somebody some money or something going on? Because somebody in the comments got that going on. She know damn well what's going on. Stop lying. Stop lying. Because with your wrinkle easel, I can't be your lover. Yes, she know what's going on. Something missing in this story. You know, I don't know what happened because I here with my family, and the next thing you know, this happened, and then I don't know what the song sing. These people, I don't know this guy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know this guy. You don't know him because the Artel sent them at you, and it's young guys that they sent. And I bet you one thing, I bet you they ain't gonna tell, because if they tell, they gonna have to deal with the Artel. Yeah. In the same way you gonna have to deal with them, because guess what? They not finished. Just because you snitched, they gonna do it slick now. Don't think it's over. So whatever you owe them, whatever you ran off with, whoever you owe back in wherever you did your old walkabout, when you came over here, thought that you was free, that's what that's about. Stop playing. We're not stupid as Americans. We know the deal. It gets real when you owe somebody some paper. We know that in any language. What y'all got over here? Deport. He said deport them. Okay. What else y'all got? Anyone else catch her voice? Change? Is she a liar? I have no idea. Well, she sound like one. Let's get a little bit more of that since you caught that as a co-host. Let me see what her voice sounded like. Let's go.
The victim says she's pretty sure it's the same guy she saw outside her house after the first shooting.
They were passing by taking pictures.
And in hindsight, she thinks they could have followed her to her brother's house, but she still doesn't know why they'd want to harm her or her family.
Why is this happening to me? If I don't even know these guys, you know? It's been a nightmare, especially for my daughter.
And for all the other victims of this shooting spree. Luke Jones, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Seems like they got a heavy presence wherever they at. They send out their goons to solidify and fortify what they warn y'all about. And if y'all don't get them snaps on the petrol together, y'all gonna have a problem. You need them snaps. Where my money? Give me my money. That's what they're basically trying to say. Give me my money. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's what they're trying to say, y'all. Let's keep on going now because we got to go on over to New York where I'm at. New York, concrete jungle. No, it's not. Ain't making no damn dreams over here. Come on, y'all. Let's go on over here. Flash floods, swamp the subway stations, trapping people in the train. I had to take the subway yesterday. I got on the train and off right before this happened. Y'all not gonna believe this. This is some water. Don't even worry about getting, what's that bacteria, whatever. New York train, rat, drug, urine, doo-doo, water from the train getting on you. Oh God, I think I would just literally run and just dive into the river and just take all my clothes off and get on the, and just walk home naked. I'm telling you straight up, I'll probably get arrested that day because I ain't nowhere in the world I want any of this water getting on me in any kind of motion. Not at all. This happened 2 days ago. I was actually off the train right before this happened. So due to the fact when we get heavy rains in the city, there's nowhere else for the water to go but down in a hole, in a tunnel. What's a tunnel? The train station.
Oh, is it coming in the train?
Attention passengers, I'm going to call this one in. I can't open the doors. It's not safe. Give me a second.
It's coming in the train now. Ooh, that's rat doo-doo, that's pee-pee. I'm saying the other words. That's all types of, I mean, it's cleaning the train station, no doubt. I'm sure, wherever that water go. But whatever's in that water, ugh. But that water is nothing in comparison to what happened in Texas. This is some water right here that people had to get rescued from. Texas was in chaos again. After those floods the other day, we had more floods that were up to like 4 or 5 feet high. And it was severe flash flooding, sweeping away cars. There was submerged homes. And even, what do they call those big tractor trailer? The truck cabs were even floating down the street. Check this out. They have to use that boat. They need that motor. The power of the energy of the water rushing is crazy. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of power right there in that water rushing. Texas. After the first flood, this happened again. The waters
just over a week after the catastrophic July 4th flash flooding that devastated communities across Texas Hill County, claimed the lives of 132 people, and left more than 170 still missing, the region is now facing another round of severe weather. As if echoing the trauma of that tragic weekend, torrential rains returned to central Texas on Sunday morning, triggering new flash flood emergencies, prompting evacuations, and once again halting critical recovery operations. In Kempner, the Lampasas River rose explosively from just 1.75 feet to 32.45 feet by mid-morning, coming within inches of the major flood threshold and further deepening the crisis for a region still reeling from disaster.
So this is what happens because of the power of the energy of that water. If somebody get trapped in there, someone old or a dog or an animal or something like that, that's why we're losing so many people. Then you got the houses and the trailers crashing into each other. We definitely want to give a prayer out to everybody who lost their lives in Texas and ask that God please steps in, stops these floods from going on, and hopefully be able to repair their lives and get to be with their families and their loved ones soon. We ask this in Jesus' name, amen. Amen, y'all, amen. Woo, because we having a lot of, I don't know what's going on with these times out here, y'all. You know what my grandmother would say? It's what she would say is Sodom and Gomorrah out here. It's about to happen, y'all. Y'all see, the world is giving us signs. She'd be in the kitchen preaching. She'd be having you like, okay, what you think is going on? You really be believing her too. Keep on moving forward. Now we're going to keep it back in New York, but we got a really good story. We got this 25-year-old who opens his own laundromat in Queens. Good story, ain't wearing no shiesty, nothing stupid. Got something really going on with him and paid attention to what his parents was doing. This young gentleman has a good future. He has a good future ahead of him. And it seems like he took a great direction and a lot of responsibility from what he learned from his parents. Because what do we say here, guys? It starts at home.
Maybe just 25 years old, but he's already a successful business owner. In December, Brandon Hollingsworth bought his own laundromat in Queens Village. Again, he's 25. And as he explains, owning a laundromat is in his blood. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson.
This is a story about the cycle of life.
I'm very proud of him, very proud. To the moon and back.
How one day Brandon Hollingsworth came clean with his parents, told them he wanted to follow in their footsteps. Now at the age of 25, he owns a laundromat.
I feel like I'm setting a standard for my siblings especially, and other people that look like me.
Everyone calls him Don. Don's Laundry opened December 31st here on Hollis Avenue in Queens Village. Brandon documents it all on social media. It's a labor of love for the Freeport High School graduate who dropped out of college in his sophomore year.
And he's not wearing a shiesty. No hood, no stupid big coat, none of that nonsense. Look what he's doing.
He had a documented business plan. He knew exactly the steps he needed to take, and he was prepared. So I couldn't be upset with that.
He's the oldest of 5.
I've known Brandon would be a business owner since he was probably 6, and he convinced his brother to swap beds with him and do all the work.
Brandon had a pretty good roadmap for his entrepreneurial journey. His parents owned 2 full-service laundromats. Growing up, he helped with every aspect of the business. They laid the groundwork for this venture.
All the mistakes that were made, I was watching firsthand, so I know not to make those same mistakes. I learned to put my money away and not spend on, frivolous things. And I actually sold sneakers to get enough money to pay the lawyer, to get the store.
This is step 1. Brandon plans to expand, keeping in mind some very important words of wisdom from his mom.
Reach for the stars. Do it scared, do it. No matter what it is, go for it.
Grabbing the stars and then some.
Catering to my customers and making sure they feel welcome and accepted and they leave always with a smile.
Kimberly Richardson, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Yes, being a businessman, especially in African and Black American in business, I tell you guys, it's not easy. It's a very hard thing. So anytime you see somebody else striving to do something good with their lives, I want to commend it, and we want to give a big shout out and support to Brandon and his family, and we hope that other fine young gentlemen take his story and try to do the same thing. Doesn't have to necessarily be a laundromat. It could be something that has to do with any other type of business, as long as it's positive and keeping that stupid shiesty mask off their face. And with that being said, you guys, I know y'all also want to make some money. So why don't y'all go and hit that link in the description. Y'all fill out a survey, because today you can make up to $500 on those surveys. Y'all will make some money and I'll make some money too. Also, I don't know if you have a business, might be a mobile barber, you could be a detailer, might be a groomer. I don't know what you do, but you need to send your promotions over to us at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. bridgethisllc llc@gmail.com. That's right, like the bridge, not that, but this, llc@gmail.com. Send those promotions over to us, any emails or comments or whatever like that. I also answer over there, just in case you want to go ahead and put that over in our promotional slot that we're going to be putting up. We want to share the wealth. We want to share the demo. Hopefully you'll be able to get some more business and go ahead and get some people to look at that poster and say, hey, we saw you on the bottom line, on our bottom line. What's your business do? And get you some more money, 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 money. Also, don't forget, we're going to be at Throg's Neck on the 26th of this month. I'm going to keep on pushing it until y'all pull up. That's right, 512 Throg's Neck in the Metro Center, Bronx, New York, 10451. That's what we're going to be at doing the Show Your Talent search. That's right. What we're going to be doing is giving away $250 to the best talent. That could be a singer, a dancer. Somebody said they know how to do wheelies. One person can do handstands. Another person can do push-ups with one hand. Whatever you can do, if we like it and you're the best, boom, you're going to make $250. It's your boy Bugatti NYC that's going to be hosting it. That's right. And then also it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. If you guys want to be a part of the talent show, like I said, it's not limited to what sort of talent. You could be singing, could be dancing, you could be a chef. If you come in there and you got a great taste in food, oh my God, you know what? You just won. People over there saying and looking at me like, wait a minute, I thought we was, nuh-uh. Doesn't matter. We're not singling out the category. If you're the best, and boom, you're going to get it. So I want y'all to come hang out with me in Throg's Neck. The address is in the link in the description, as well as the tasting that we're doing. So it's going to be a talent show as well as a tasting. So whoever comes there, make sure you're 21 and older. You want to sign up for the talent show, go to www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's right, BIGGDRIPP.com. That's right, drinkbigdrip.com. Down in the bottom, you're going to see a mailing list. Boom, join the mailing list. Already have to be 21 and older before you go on the website. So once you join the mailing list, I'm going to send you an app to say, hey, how old are you? What borough? After we sign you up, you're already in, and you can make $250. That's right, you guys. Today is Wednesday, hump day. Tacos Tuesday was yesterday. Today is hump day. So y'all know what y'all got to do. Once we get over this hump, we get to the weekend and we keep on moving. But you don't stop for no reason. Don't even live for the weekend. Make sure that you guys stay positive. Drink your water. Focus on what you got to do. And remember, problems are always going to be here, but problems present opportunities. At the end of a problem, the problem messes up and has the nerve to tell you the solution. So all we got to do is focus on the solution and just keep on pushing until we got to get to where we got to go. Not going to tell you that problems aren't going to always present themselves, but as long as our God lets us wake up another day, we got another day to fight and get it right. And with that being said, it's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock on Thursday, y'all know what we do. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always told you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So what? Get 'em! Peace. Ha ha.